Critter Inc. Light Critters Action Book 6 Courtney Kerwin, illustrated by Benedetta Capriotti. 7. Papa's away studying ocean migration, Lila told everyone. Well, if you want to know about migrations, Hazel said, I can tell you about the most important one of all, that of my species, the Rufous hummingbird. Martin frowned as Hazel went on. We traveled the longest distance of all hummingbirds, up to 2,000 miles, feasting on flower nectar along the way. You may think this sounds like a wonderful, peaceful migration, but you would be wrong. Hazel dropped her voice an octave lower. Horribly wrong, she continued, carelessly waving the postcard up in the air. Because of our small size, we must avoid dangerous predators at all times, predators who would not hesitate to eat us and our entire families. Martin was growing impatient. He didn't want to hear a long, dramatic speech. He just wanted to know that his father was all right. Please, Hazel, he said. We really miss our father, and right now we would very much like to read his postcard and find out whether he is safe and sound. Hazel shivered uneasily. She was not used to being interrupted or worse, upstage, but she could hear the urgency in Martin's voice. It reminded her of why she was in such a rush to get home in the first place. I see, she finally said. Knowing the people you love are safe and sound is so important. She handed Martin the postcard. All eyes turned back to him as he read the postcard aloud. Dearest family, we just docked to refuel the submarine, so I'm able to send this postcard, which is so big that I almost didn't have enough stamps. I am learning incredible things about whales who have some of the longest migration on Earth. I can't wait to share all that I've learned when I return home. I love and miss you all, children. Give Mama a big hug for me. Love, Papa. How fascinating, said Clara. Your father must be involved in really important work. He is, Henry said excitedly. He's gone all over the world and met hundreds of different animals. He knows everything about everything. A bet, Clara said. The postcards remind me of my first migration. I was so nervous. As soon as I was able to fly, my family and I migrated together. We flew in a V shape. It was really hard to stay in formation, but eventually I got the hang of it. We flew for hundreds of miles. It was exhausting. I was scared for my first migration too, chirped a swallow sitting in the back of the room. But my family sang songs together and did loop-the-loops along the way that made it fun. Same here, bellowed a wild beast. I was being scared. I had to migrate as soon as I was born. My mother had to protect me from danger the whole time. I could barely walk and had no idea where we were even going. We migrated with our families too, squeaked a butterfly fluttering around Hazel. But sometimes our family members don't even go the whole way. It can take several generations for us to get from one place to another unless, of course, you're part of the super generation. Like me, that's the group that goes the furthest. Perhaps. Some guests all around the room were telling stories of their own migrations by the light of the cozy fireplace. 8. Even though everyone's migration story is a little bit different, they sure do have a lot in common, Lila said. Yeah, agreed Martin. It sounds like many animals migrate to warmer or cooler temperature, where the living conditions are better and they can get what they needed to survive. Like food and water, Henry jumped in, crunching on a tea biscuit. And the same place to have their babies, Mama added, nuzzling Pop. So migration is really a way to help their family and friends. Lila mushed. Wow, said Hazel. I never thought about it like that. I just assumed I was the only one who had a special migration. To be honest, the real reason I'm in a crash this year is because I want to get home to my best friend Greta. She hurt her ring in an accident and I want to help take care of her while it heals. Oh no, Mama Scurry said. I'm so sorry to hear that your friend is hurt. Thank you. Thanks, Hazel replied. Greta is actually my stunt dog. We become good friends over the many years we've worked together. What's a stunt double? Henry asked. It's a person who has special training to do dangerous scenes in movie in place of an actor, Lila explained. Wow! Henry explained. Like mountain climbing or skydiving or whitewater rafting? Yes, exactly, Hazel said, laughing though we don't do so much of those things as birds. Greta sprained her wing in the gym when she was training for our next role, which is top secret, so I can't say more. But she always makes sure that I stay safe. This time I want to make sure she does. Now I understand why you wanted to wrap up filming so quickly, Clara said. I know how close you and Greta are. Hazel nodded. Mama patted Hazel on the back. Let us know if there is anything we can do to help, she said. Oh, you helped so much already, Hazel replied. I've spent all day trying to distract myself from worrying. I'm sorry if I went a bit overboard. Her head dropped. That's also the real reason why I didn't come to town with all of you. I wanted to be here if Greta called. That all makes perfect sense, Clara said, but you can always talk to me. We're a team here. I guess I just didn't want anyone else to worry, Hazel replied. People think being a celebrity means your life is perfect all the time. The truth is, actors' lives are full of ups and downs. I'm just like everyone else. Lila and Henry smiled at their big brothers. It was exactly what Martin had told them right before Hazel arrived at the inn. Well, I think we've all learned a lot tonight, Mama Scurry said. And not just about migration, Hazel and Clara nodded. As the fire turned to glowing embers, everyone agreed it was time to go to sleep. As the Scurry family went upstairs, they chattered excitedly about how all that they had learned from their guests. Henry wanted to find out more about stuffed doves, but Lila was still thinking about migration. Chickens don't migrate. Right, Mama? She asked. You're quite right, sweetheart. Mama replied. We stay in one place all year. I like staying in one place, Henry said, yawning, especially when that place is my bed. Then they all hugged and said good night. The end. Almost Cretan in 6 is finished. Bye bye.